Hey, good morning, guys. It's Charlie with Fishing Grits. We Memorial Day weekend, got plenty of company coming, got plenty of stuff to do. Don't really have time to take the boat out. Kelly made us work in the yard all day yesterday, but my family came over and helped, and we got a lot accomplished and knocked out some really big yard work projects. So, this morning, mighty quiet out here, I'm going bluegill fishing. I came over yesterday to swap out some implements on the tractor, and I could smell them. And then I came close to the pond where I could see some of the bluegill beds, and I could see them. So didn't have time yesterday, but I've got some crickets left over from a few days ago when we went to the river, and I'm gonna see if these old farm pond bluegill are still bedding, and if they want a cricket, and more importantly, if they want my cricket. So let's have some fun. Uh-oh, there's a little bump. Oh yeah, oh yeah, we got one, y'all. Ooh, look at her, hey, bending my rod. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We started the day off with a pretty good one. He's still fighting too. Look at there. That's a nice fish to start the day with, huh? I found these, I found these little bluegill. The glass is on the ground, my cricket on the ground. I'm terrible at this. Kelly and I found these bluegill more than a week ago, I think. We were doing some heavy-duty yard work. Kelly had me on the tractor planting some sunflowers. And again, I came over here to swap out some implements on my tractor, and I could smell them. And we caught a bunch. We fished for about an hour, caught plenty of fish. I've came back over here several times. I keep checking that bed. I haven't been seeing them on it until yesterday. Uh-oh, there we go, got him. He got me. He got me. Didn't get my cricket though. Ah, Lee, what kind of fish was that? What kind of self-respecting bluegill don't even get the cricket off? That was a terrible little cast there. We'll give it a second, see if anything wants it. I threw it outside the bed on that one. I probably might not get much action. Or outside the bed that I can see. They may be even bedding a little deeper out there. But today I'm fishing the bed that I can see. Got one right there. Ooh, he's pulling pretty good. Yeah. Oh, not as nice as the first one, but he's still a good one. Oh, he done put it in there further than I can reach it with my fingers. That's okay. I can fix you up, buddy. Call the doctor. There we go. I popped it right out with my little toothpick thing there. Good fish, huh? He'll live to be a better fish if I get him all the way in the water. See if we can catch another one. Oh, that looks like a good spot. That looks like a good spot. There he is. Oh, dripped that one in my coffee a little bit maybe. Man, the colors on these guys right now. I'm trying to show you off to the camera. That camera shy. Now look at the colors of that fish. He's pretty, ain't he? Maybe without my ugly mug behind him. There we go. Got another one. It's all going good until I let them go. Guys, I'll show you what I'm using here. It's the same thing I used on that other video. And just in case you guys haven't watched it, you do need to go back and watch it. This is one of my drop shots that I, don't swing it. This is one of my drop shots that I pour. I've got about a foot of line there to a little loop knot with a number 6 hook on it. I'm sorry, number 6 hook. And that's it. It's tied right on my 2-pound main line. No, I'm not. I'm sorry, I told you a story. I've got a line-to-line knot tied right there from 2-pound to, I think this is 8-pound fluorocarbon. And that just helps a whole lot with having to retie. That 2-pound, once you catch a couple fish, it gets real curly, and of course if their teeth, their tooth patch is rubbing on the line at all. You have to retie quite often, but with that 8-pound catching bluegill like this, you can fish till you snag just about. Oh, there he is, there he is. Oh, that one's got a little bit of shoulders on him. Look at that's a good fish, y'all. I really like this rig over a bobber for bluegill fishing any day if the bottom will allow it. You stay right in touch with your bait. You don't have them swallowing a lot of swallowing your hooks a lot, because you feel them instantly when you bite it. You're not waiting on them to pull a cork down. Oh my, look at that one right there. Something done got him. We've got a couple of osprey that nest near here, and you can see them diving in the pond all the time. And this guy might have had a brush with an osprey. Look at that old mark on his side. Got a little mark on this side like something grabbed him, so he's a lucky fish. He's lucky twice. But he was a good one. See if we can get another one this morning for, well, the dogs are already barking over there, so too late for peace and quiet. And the bed obviously is where I'm casting. It's very shallow water, obviously, bluegill bed, so and I can see them, but they can see me. So what I've been trying to do is I set up away from them, not very far, about 25 feet. I can cast to it easily. And I still fight them right through the beds. There's just nothing I can do about that. Oh my goodness. But they fight away from the beds, and I'm not standing right over them when I'm baiting and talking and spooking those fish. This one wasn't spooked. Smart guy would move his coffee cup from under the camera. Tastes fishy. Look at that guy. He's pretty, ain't he? I know it's here somewhere. Here it is. Hard to see that skinny stuff. Right in front of me. All right, let's see if we can get another one. And we did. Oh, and he got me. He got me that time. I don't know how he came unpinned. I stuck him pretty good. Uh-oh, let's see if we can get another one. Before I run out of crickets. I got plenty of crickets, and if not, I got a whole worm farm. We've got some my sister's friends are coming over today to spend a Memorial Day weekend Sunday with us. And I think she actually told them to bring their poles, which is a really good day to do it. I can imagine if the late afternoon sun pushed these bluegill off the beds. My goodness, what am I doing? What's going on here? Running my mouth and missing fish. I'm glad y'all get to see me mess this up. Good gracious, where did it even go? Yeah, that one got my cricket. So it's gonna be a good day to come over here to the Grit Farm and visit us and bring some kids and fish. We don't let very many people fish here. Well, there's plenty of reasons why. But the people that do come are just about completely required to bring a kid fishing with them. And some sharp hooks. That is 3 in a row that I gave away. Golly, and I got my mess tangled up again. What did you do, Charlie? What did you do? How did that whole rig go between that little gap right there? Beyond me, folks. Those are mysteries of the world that my simple brain just can't explain. How a monofilament fishing line tangles so fast. Okay, I would say I'd shut up and pay attention to what I'm doing, but you guys did not come here to watch me catch fish. If that was the case, I probably wouldn't have a single subscriber. You guys came here to hear me talk while I'll attempt to find an unlucky. Oh, we put a strong set on him that time. But he's hooked. Look at there, folks. He's flicking water all over my glasses. I love it. Thank you, sir. Keep flicking. Keep flicking. Where's my little toothpick? Come here. I did set it. Very good. Ooh-wee. Ouch, ouch. He's got one fin stuck between my pinky finger and the one beside it. He's a good one, too. Look at that. Look at that face. Oh, a face only me and his mother could love. Oh, man. I did it again. I'm glad y'all get to see me do it. That thing's swinging all over the place. I'm so blind I can't see. Well, let's see if we can get another one. Missed him. He was too fast for me. My brain was going through the motion of move my rod and tighten the slack up, and I swear, I think as soon as I made my move for it, got me. And that took me a second for my brain to change gears and to set the hook and hurry. And, because y'all saw it, usually I set the hook, I snatched the bait out of the water. If I miss, that time I didn't. He caught me on a slack line. Caught me with slack. I might just leave this unedited, guys. You can sit here and listen to me run my mouth for just a little while and see how many of these bluegill we can catch. Or not how many, I don't care how many. As long as they frequent enough I don't get bored. And goodens. Goodens is a relative term. If you're not catching anything, that's a good one. There he is. Look at him pulling you. This is my TFO Panfish 2 Ultralight. I got 2-pound vicious monofilament, high vis monofilament, 8-pound fluorocarbon leader, and a 1,000 size reel. He got that thing pulling. I don't know if he's gonna be a good one, but I tell you what, he thinks he's a good one. Ooh, look at that thing right there, y'all. Look at that fish. And I got some big thumbs. Y'all see that? I haven't hooked a single one yet that swallowed it. Not yet. I probably will, but look at there. With that drop shot rig, you are in non-stop contact with your bait. You don't, it's not like that. Now, I'm not saying they won't sit down there and steal it, and you can feel them doing it. But if you're fishing in these big bluegill, pardon me, they're not stealing bait, but they'll swallow a daggum hook in a minute. Fast. They suck that thing right in, and with this rig, and it's not splashing a lot when it hits the water like a big, any kind of bobber. Splashes, and then as you move it, it's putting ripples on top. That thing there, once the little tiny weight sits on the bottom, and that's it. And they can't stand it dragging through their beds like that. They got to get that cricket. There he goes. There you go. Oh my. Look at there, y'all. Look at there. You can't tell me. You can't tell me. Look at that. What y'all think about that guy? Wow. I'll take that. I'm a panfish guy, y'all. I love it. I love it. Those white perch schooling and the daggum bluegill bedding, and oh my. I love it. And this is so much similar to casting a small bait, because unlike with a cork or trolling, you don't get to feel the fish hit. And I kind of like that. That's the thrilling part, is that wait for that thump. And with this, being in contact with it, you get the thump. I love it. Oh, there he is. Oh man. Look at that pretty thing. Got some orange on him. That's pro release. That sucker went all the way back to the water. He was tired of us showing him off on camera without his clothes on, just got out of bed, eating breakfast, and here I go snatching him out of the water and sticking him on there for the whole world to see, butt naked. Uh-huh. I cast that one a little deep, not deep depth-wise, but deep for the bluegill beds. These beds run in a circle out and back in, and I think I cast right outside the back end of it and drug it down the outside edge of it. Oh, I threw that one right in the weeds. I'll probably catch a fish, but I hope he swims out away from the weeds. I probably won't catch a fish, and I'll have to walk down there and get it out of those weeds and spook my fish. You'd think that they would be laying under those little weeds growing off the edge and go ahead and grab that cricket for me, but they're not going to. That's because the cricket wasn't even in the water. That cricket wasn't even in the water. No, that's why they couldn't eat him. There he is. It's just a tick. They're laying in those beds. They're not grabbing it and swimming off. They just pick it up, and it don't start happening until you start making it happen. Wow, he's showing off, y'all. That one right there is showing off for you. Look at there, look at there, look at there, look at there. That's a nice fish. Come here. I'm just trying to show y'all for the camera. I can't show them to you clean. I gotta rub them in the grass first. All right, all right, all right, all right. Do this again. Boy, he just didn't even really tick it. He just started moving it. Yeah, yeah, and I see when they do, he swallowed it. Open up. The dentist is here. You gotta open your mouth where I can see what I'm doing. Well, different tool. This one, right in my lap. Hold still. Jesus, you're not making this easier on either one of us. Finally got him sorted out. Had it in the roof of his mouth. He just had that, the hook shank was deeper than I could reach it with my fingers, and just didn't want to give it back up. And be careful with them. I don't want to kill any of these big old bluegill. I like to catch them too much. Always, always, always barking dogs. I like dogs, y'all, but heaven forbid. If you got dogs and you got neighbors, do something about your dogs. Golly, I hate dadgum dogs barking all the time. There's no peace and quiet. Or leaf blowers. The dogs are leaf blowers. Daggone, maybe I caught them all. Not all of them. There was one more. That don't feel like a bluegill. That's because it's not. One of them large mouths. What you doing up there in them bluegill beds? You can go out there and mind your business. Y'all see him? There's still enough skeleton on that one to catch one, maybe. Maybe I'll get a hungry one. Between dog barks, maybe I'll get a chance to talk. Maybe they don't like that crickets. Maybe they don't like that cricket skeleton. I do that every time. Maybe they don't like that skeleton. They want some of that juicy body on there. They don't know skinny cricket. They want a juicy cricket, thick. They're gonna feed right here in front of me and tease me while I'm putting my cricket on. Huh, what y'all think about that? I cast that thing and pulled it through that bed. Oh my. I threw that one a whole lot further than I intended to. There he is. Now swim away from the grass. Swim away from the grass. There you go. That's a good fish. Now show off if you want to. I don't think he's got enough to show off with. Oh, he's not a terrible fish though. Look at her. That's a red ear, I think. Nope. Right. Y'all, it went right in my cricket bucket. That's the first time I've ever had a fish that hungry. Oh, he's peeing all over me and my crickets. Daggone fish. Y'all see what a little thing did to me. Oh my. I guess I deserved that. I didn't have any potatoes to put in there with my crickets the other day, but I did have a few apples that were getting soft and I was feeding them to the donkey, so I chopped up some of those and put in there, and I tell you what, crickets like apples too. Gives them something, some moisture in there to stay alive for a few days. Things are a nickel a piece. I'll bring them home and kill them. Poof. Bass down there working the banks. It's gonna be 90 degrees today. I don't know if these bluegill gonna stand staying up here in this shallow water. Got him. Got him. Look at that dude. I got him in there good. Look at that guy. That's a pretty good fish. Old bluegill. Ooh, 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 that hurt. Hooks are sharp. I don't know why I can't stick them in the fish. I can sure stick them in the fingers. This is the time of year for these big gills to congregate up. 2 nights ago was full moon. A lot of people around here go up the road and fish for these bluegill in the full moon in May and find them and tear them up. They sure are fun to catch. Slowed down. They might be tired of my business. I've been out here catching them for 46 minutes. Pretty small little bed there. It's not huge. And that's 2 casts in a row that didn't get a bite. Let's see. Might got them too stirred up. Put my pole down, take a couple drinks of coffee in there. There he is. There's one. I kind of changed my presentation there, and I don't know if it made a difference until as soon as I started doing it, I caught a fish. So, but I was dragging it instead of letting it sit, pull it, let it sit, pull it. Oh, look at that guy right there. That's a shell cracker, and he is a good one. He is a good one. Yeah, look at that fish. Ow. Every time. Stay still. Stay still. Look at that guy. He's pretty, ain't he? Got a few shell crackers mixed in with the bluegill. And we can get another one. Get out of the weeds. Get out of the weeds. There you go. That's a good fish. He's a slow learner. There's not enough weeds there to save you. You don't need saving. Come up here and look at my ugly mug. I'll throw you back in. Look at there, yo. Another fine specimen. Old bluegill there. Another fine specimen. Alrighty. Oh, this is hard work. Oh yeah, tastes like fish pee. Get back to it. See how many more will put up with me this morning before I go aggravate something else. Now, we cooked some fish last night. Kelly and I went out last week and trolling for white perch, and we did pretty good. We over 40 fish we brought home. So last night, with all that help we had doing yard work, we wanted to pay those people back, so we cooked a big old fish fry and hush puppies and white perch and crappie. I think I hit a weed, and I got a little excited while I was talking about perch fillets. But we had some crappie and perch fillets, and I cut them up small, and y'all folks, I was cooking them fillets and those hush puppies just as hard as I could go, and they were eating them in one pan would be completely empty before I had the next ones. Those people really enjoyed those fish. Good fellowship and some fine eating. Mm. Tried to take advantage of me while I was drinking my coffee. Oh, that's what it is. He knew he wouldn't have made it on camera otherwise. He said, if I don't take my opportunity now to become a YouTube star, I might never make it. So there he is, y'all. You see him, y'all recognize him. We'll catch him again someday if he'll be smart and bite my hook. I didn't even realize that he didn't quite make it in the water. He's in there now. Now he'll make it one day to bite my hook. Not bad. Not bad. The sunscreen I wipe on it helps it out. Kills the fish odor. I think, man, my line's getting tighter. Got another one. I could do this all day. I could do this every day. When I was a kid in this same exact pond, this is what I did. This is a beautiful fish. If it calmed down, an absolute. I really like these old dark ones. Don't pee in my coffee. Open your mouth so I can show the people. Look at that, guys. Look at his head, all coppery colored and purple. I like them. My goodness. I must have come up on something that my weight hit. It felt like a tap and then a heavy. It got heavy, so could have just been my weight hanging on something. You hate not to set it, because then you're gonna have a swallowed hook if you screw around. And even if you are keeping fish, swallowed hooks no good. It just takes time, bends your hooks, messes up your line. You got to retie. Ugh. As I'm dragging that weight through those beds, those depressions, I can feel it get easy as it slides down into the next bed, and then it'll get hard to pull it up the ridge, and then you feel it fall into the next bed. And when I feel it fall into that bed, I just let it sit there for a second. See if anybody's home or hungry. I pull it up, fill it in to get to the next one. And sometimes they want it dead still. Don't want it moving at all. Sometimes moving is the only way you're gonna catch a fish. It's just, they're funny sometimes. Went down to the river last week. The day before, someone told us that they had caught bluegill and did really well, big ones, and showed me pictures on them. They did it. We went, nada. We talked to about 5 or 6 guys down there. They were fishing, putting in same time we were putting in, taking out. We were all fishing kind of the same area, just leapfrogging each other down the river, and we spoke to each other plenty of times. And they weren't doing well either. They and a couple of them told us that they had been there the day before and really did well and couldn't buy a bite. And that was the same situation we had. I fished hard. I got up into cypress trees, just shoving the boat up in any little corner I could get and sticking my long pole. Wow, looks like something might have got ate out there in my bluegill bed. Just sticking my 10-foot, my 13-foot pole between those trees, trying to fight it in that low cover, trying to catch fish. I caught a couple of nice green sunfish and a couple warmouths. Tons of bowfin on top of the water, just absolute tons. So what I end up putting a matter of fact, with this lightweight rod, I put a worm on there. I had some night crawlers, and I found some beds in about 4 feet of water. And I've never found deep water beds before. I've never had the stuff to see them, but I saw them, I found them, and the fish just weren't on them, or that I could see. There's a good one. He's a different color. He's light colors. He got some oranges and yellows in him. That guy right there. But I found those deep bluegill beds, that honeycomb looking thing, and pardon me, we decided we might give them a shot with a drop shot rig. So I bought some night crawlers that morning, so I threw a chunk of night crawler on there big enough to cover a number 6 hook. I threw it down there. It wasn't but a second, and I felt a thump, and it felt like a good bluegill thump. Getting out of whack here. I don't like putting my bait in the water. There's why. Well, thank goodness it's a little largemouth. That's how you get your hook swallowed right there, is you not throw your mess out there and take your hands off of it. In my lap. But back to my story is I did find those beds, and I put a drop shot on the lightest pole I have. The lightest line I have is this rig, which is my favorite. I threw it, it already was rigged with a drop shot. So I threw it out there, and it wasn't but a couple seconds, and I felt a tap. And I eased up on my line. It didn't feel like a take, it just a tap. And the next thing you know, I was took. It started leaving, pulling, drag, swimming straight away. I reached up to try to loosen my drag some, because it was a non-stop pull, and I had my drag set for bluegills. But anyway, broke me off. Never even got to see it. That would have been a great video for you guys to see me catch I don't know what it was. It never fought, just swam away. But we didn't have a very successful day fishing. I'm not gonna say we didn't have a good day fishing. And fishing was fine. We had a good time. We drowned a lot of crickets. We just couldn't find a fish. It happens. A few days ago, Dad and I went to Lake Waccamaw trolling for white perch. Brought home 60. And we caught all those fish just about within 2 hours of started fishing. It was just nonstop mayhem. And took a day off to do some yard work. Went back the third day, 2 days later, I guess, and blank. We caught maybe 10 fish day before yesterday. Same exact area, completely different weather. And I don't think the fish were really schooling. I was picking up one here, one there, small size fish. I even got bored and put my Mega Live out. Sorry. And aimed it at my baits where I could see my baits while I was trolling. And not often, I didn't see it often, but a couple of times I could see the fish come up off the bottom, swim with my bait for a couple feet, and come back down. I changed poles. Each of my poles have a little bit different bait on them until we find out what they like. I changed poles, but the other poles weren't getting hit either. But I could only look at one of them with the live at a time. But it's just short bites, a bunch of tail bites, pull the rods down. It's just the way it happens. And 2 days before that, it was absolute mayhem. And I mean to tell you, it was, you put a rod down, grab the other one, by the time you reel those fish up, throw them in the floor of the boat, and put that bait back in the water, the other rod's back down. It was absolute just pandemonium. And I love every second of it. You're sore from fishing like that, out of breath and sweating. Look at there, y'all. It went from feast to famine on my little bluegill hole here. And that's the way it happens. You got to get your butt out of bed. These fish were here midday yesterday in the bright sunshine. I didn't check them later in the afternoon. I was busy frying fish, thinking about catching fish. So I'm like, what we're gonna do is give them a break. I'm gonna finish this one cast. I've been running my mouth for about 67 minutes there, so we might call this 1 hour of unedited bluegill fishing. I tell you what, if I do that, I'll go put this video out right now. That's the worst thing about this YouTube. And I love the fish, obviously. I like to make the videos. I really like to talk to you guys on the camera while I'm fishing, but I don't like editing at all. Man, I tell you what, by the time I come in the house and we've had dinner and cleaned up and all that mess, and I start my days at 4:30, 5 o'clock, the last thing I want to do is sit in front of that computer and rewatch for hours the stuff that I already did, trying to chop out all the me blah, 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 running my mouth and just put the fish in there. Because I think you guys' expectations are wrong. You guys expect me to catch fish all the time, but that's not what you really want. What you really want is just to hear me talk while I hold a fishing pole. Y'all saw it though. We were catching a fish just about every cast, and I wore them out in this spot. Good fat cricket. I don't know what the problem is. Breakfast must be over. Well, now we got dogs barking and leaf blowers. Well, guys, I told you the dogs and the leaf blowers. The fish have slowed down, and I've got stuff to do. So, I want to thank you guys for joining me. I've been out here for just a little over an hour. I caught a few fish for you guys to enjoy. Caught a few fish for me to enjoy. I'm gonna go drop this thing on YouTube real quick. And then we might make some more videos this afternoon of us out here bluegill fishing. But see, I told you these drop shots are easy. Hook your hook on your pole, unclip your drop shot, leave the tag end on there. You're done, that's it. Drop shot fishing. One hook, one sinker. Of course, I don't have a lot of trash right there to get hung up in, but try it if you don't already fish this way. It's fun, it's different. You'll really like it. It beats staring at a bobber all day. So have fun. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna go get some stuff done so I can fish later, and had a good time. Thank you guys for joining me.